rocket like rocket fuel.
Not a day in my life, long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no, we gon' hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life, as long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressed in all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.
Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Running back. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 56. Hey, tight.
Here's Allen to throw it. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Free and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Motion, motion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mike, 47. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Show it up. Show it up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38.
Hey, high 7.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's complete to Fuller. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the Broncos' 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Shift. Stop. Watch the whip.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play.
Mike 50. Here it comes. Mike 50. They're not ready for this, man.
From the gun, it's Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Locking the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And they get him down good, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Broncos.
Let's go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Allen now looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
On first down, Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Ready to break.
Mike 5-4.
I'm trying to collect. Shoot.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Locke. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. Shifts free at the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Great job, man.
Phillip Lindsey with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Allen. Caught by Jones. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
319!
53 is the mic. All day. All day.
52.
Any day.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He is going to find Hill here. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a handoff looking right. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Hey, Delta.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen. He's got Fuller. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give them 32 on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Five.
47's
Allen going to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. second down and goal. Allen. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Check. Kill. Bang.
Monday. Pass.
Kill. Turn up.
They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. Fourth and goal from the 3.
Rush in.
Alert.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
At the 41-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Now this time, Allen will throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Allen's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
53 is the mic.
Hey, Sue.
I'm on. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the run.
Now Allen to throw. From the gun, he'll throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Allen now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10.
Check Mike 33. Hey, exit.
Operating from the gun, Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Mike, check 33.
Hey, echo.
Defense, let's go. Pick it up.
And again, it's Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 16.
Mike,
Brown 80. Alert.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Even.
Hey, Charlie.
Even.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
Cut. Mike, check 33. 33. Here we go.
Allen to throw once more. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Will Fuller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills have once again taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. Lock going to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, Why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing he didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Freeman. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing now is Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Allen off the play fake. Gets this one to Hill. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. 60 yards as they have taken the lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. To throw, it's Allen. The quick slant caught. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 31, Locke, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Ready, ready. 8, read.
Hey, watch the slant.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play, because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they try the right side here. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Now Allen. And he finds Tyler Croft. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Check. Middle.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Pass 85, pass 85.
Check 31, check 31. Check.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
I got you, pump. Double tight. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Check nickel.
Pass 85, pass 85.
We got double up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. From the left hash, this from 46. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are, almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
And watch the leg.
Tight dog. Check three.
Ready?
A give, running right, Lindsey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. 23 yards, the final tally. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a Turkey Bowl, a Thanksgiving Day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Gets it to Gordon.
Get ready.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Broncos.
Lock now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Lindsey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Another run by Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run as his guys have now moved out in front. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 75 yards as they have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Check, block 54, block 54.
From the 31, Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and 5. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Rock now on 1st down. He'll find Lindsey here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
At the 8-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
To throw is Allen. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. Allen. And the grab by Croft. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now there's the timeout, signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
And as we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check hot route. Hot.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Middle. Hey, wahoo!
First throw of overtime for Allen. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And they're going with some extra beef up front. They've got to have this one in overtime. It's 3rd and 1. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Go. 47's the mic. It's coming this way.
To the air, Allen. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Hey, box truck.
7's the mic. 7's the mic. Go.
On play action, Allen. He's got Fuller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7.
47's the mic.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that's complete to Croft. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone, this thing's over.
And I remember my coach has always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this thing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across from you and make a play. I expect him to attack on defense and not sit back.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Another chance to maybe end it right here. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come again.
They'll try to run this one in. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And his kick is indeed good, and the Bills have taken the lead. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Buffalo, it took a few weeks, but they're into the win column now at 1-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles